Alright guys, so today we're going to be looking at something very important, and it's actually a question I'm going to be asking you. There are some questions that when you come across them, if you don't know them, you don't know them, right? We're going to be looking at undefined expressions. Undefined expressions. What do undefined expression mean? But before I even explain, let me draw your attention back to something. Let's assume you were given 10 divided by 2. Do you know what this actually means? It means you should keep subtracting 2 from 10 until you get to 0. Or it means how many times can you keep subtracting 2 from 10 until you get down to 0? So you just keep subtracting. So you're having 10 minus 2 gives you what? 8, right? Then 8 minus 2 gives you what? Gives you 6, right? Then 6 minus 2, that gives you what? That gives you 4. And then 4 minus 2, that gives you 2. And then 2 minus 2, that gives you 0. Right? So if you count it, how many 2's did you have to subtract from 10 until you get down to the 0? So let's count it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why we say that 10 divided by 2 is 5. Right? I'm just bringing your attention to something. Let's assume I give you something different. Let's assume I give you 15 divided by 3. The same question applies. It means how many 3's can you keep subtracting from 15 until you get down to 0? Right? So let's start. So we have 15 minus 3. That gives you what? 12. And then 12 minus 3. That gives you what? 9. And then 9 minus 3. That gives us 6. And then 6 minus 3. That gives us 3. And then 3 minus 3, that gives us 0. Right? So if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means we subtracted 3 from 15 5 times. That is in 5 places. That's why we say 15 divided by 3 is 5. Right? Let's try something different. Let's assume I give you 10 divided by 0. Right? The same question is, how many zeros can you keep subtracting from 10 until you get down to 0? So let's start. We're having 10 minus 0 is 10, right? And then 10 minus 0 is still 10. And 10 minus 0 is still 10. And 10 minus 0, we are going to continue for eternity, right? So it means this does not have an end, right? It means we'll continue working and working and working, and there's no headway. Are you getting what I'm saying? So expressions like this, we say they are undefined. Expressions whereby the denominators are 0. Please take note. Expressions whereby the denominators are 0, that expression is undefined. So anytime you are solving a question and your solution leads you to something like maybe you got x as 2 over 0, just know that that answer is undefined. Right? That answer is undefined. Now that we've understood the concept of undefined expressions, let's answer a question on this same problem. Alright, look at this problem. It says, for what values of x, for what values, right? Plural. That is, we're looking for 2, not 1. For what values of x is 2x plus 3 all over x squared minus 5x plus 6 undefined, right? This is a question of undefined expression. This is actually an expression, right? Because there's no an equal to sign here. Now, I will remember whenever I see undefined in my question, I will remember that it is the denominator that they are asking me to work on, right? They are asking me to work on the denominator, because once that denominator is 0, everything there is undefined. You get what I'm saying? Now, what is the denominator there? The denominator there is, from the question, is x squared minus 5x plus 6. They are asking me to make all of these to be equal to 0. That's what they're asking me to do. Remember, there's no 0 there from the question. But from what I understand about undefined expressions, the question is asking me to make that denominator to be equal to 0. And we already know that this expression we have here is quadratic in nature, right? So which means we have to solve this using any of the methods for solving quadratic equation. But I would love to use the factorization method, right? And I believe we all understand how to use that. So to solve this question, we multiply the first leading term here and the last term, that is x squared multiplied by 6. That's giving us 6x squared, right? So I'm looking for two numbers that when I multiply together, I'm going to get 6. But when I add or subtract them, I'm going to get minus 5. That is the middle number. So I notice that those numbers I'm using, they are minus 2 and minus 3, right? So what I'm going to do next is to replace the middle term with these two numbers. So I'm having x squared minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 equal to 0. Are we together to this junction? So from here I can factorize these two and factorize these two. From the first bracket, I can see that x is common, right? I factor out x and then into x minus 2. Then minus the second bracket, I can see that 3 is common there. I have 3 into x minus 2. All of these should be equal to 0, right? So I have that x minus 2 and then x minus 3 equals 0. What it means is that it is either x minus 2 equals 0 or x minus 3 equals 0. So from the first equation, that's this one, I have that x will be equals to plus 2, right? And then the second one, I can have that x will be equals to plus 3, right? So the answers to that question is x is equal to 2 and x equals to 3. So it means if the expression has 2 and 3, it means if the denominator has 2 and 3, that is the values of x are plugged in as 2 and 3, that expression is going to be undefined. And I believe you can see that option A here is the correct option. Please, if you love this video, do share to your friends and so that they can get informed, right, and prepare properly for their exams.